I'm going to kick off the vlog today because I picked up the camera and, to be honest, everyone prefers me. Hello!
Soon enough that you're going to say that one too many times and people will then start preferring me again, and I can't wait for that moment.
Yeah, that is true. Hello and welcome. I'm going to see if I can film out the window.
Road trip!
We, as you can see, we are not in Kansas anymore. We're not in London. We are currently in the middle of the Mojave Desert, traveling to a town, or is it a city, called Mammoth Lakes. So we flew into LA late last night. We stayed over in LA and we are traveling to Mammoth. Jim's in charge driving.
I'm driving through the desert, which is really cool. So the thing, pre-pandemic all this is because we haven't travelled anywhere for a while, but I used to go to LA fairly regularly. I'm talking like 3 or 4 times a year. I never do anything else. I always go to LA and I stay in LA, and it's often for work. The last time I came, I decided to go on a road trip to Vegas, and I loved it because it's like new experiences, it was new things. It's not like a massive journey. So this time round, we had an LA trip booked, and I was like, I want to do something else. So Mammoth Lakes actually reached out to us and like, hey, we're a 5-hour drive away. Now it takes me 4 hours in London to get from my house to my mum's house, and it's the same geography, and it's basically just the same thing in a different place. Like, we've come from a city in LA, we're now driving through the deserts, and we're going to end up in the mountains all within 5 hours. And it's also a really easy drive. It's kind of like just a straight line cruise. Now that I've got Margot, as you can probably hear in the back, I just kind of want to do more, like get more experiences. I want her to learn things and like see things and do things.
I don't know, perhaps I'm going to sound dumb here, maybe I just speak for myself, but when I think of California, I just think of like Beach Boys and the beach. I didn't realise that you actually can go skiing and do cold weather stuff, or like more adventure, I guess. That's probably more. I didn't think of anything other than just kind of Hollywood and the beach, but there's a lot of adventure to be had, which I think is more exciting as well when you've got a baby.
Yeah, I think particularly for, you know, a place where I've kind of like sort of been there, done that, you know, it's nice to add sort of something else. So I'm so excited for a little road trip. Hello, I think I'm gonna like it here. I mean, we've just been in the car for like 5 hours. It's basically a straight line, and we are just like in a different planet. It's nuts. We're up in the mountains. It's beautifully sunny. Like, I am perfectly fine in a t-shirt, but there's snow, and also there's a lift, like these lifts here, going above me here. I cannot wait now to start adventuring. Super excited. And look at the view. We've literally just got out of the car, and this is what you see. That's pretty cool. You like it?
Cool.
We haven't forgotten about the child, by the way. We've just parked the car. She's in the car right now. We're about to get her out, but she's having a nap. The jet lag has really kicked in now. It's funny how you're focused on the drive and everything, and you're kind of like in the zone. But as soon as you kind of touch down, we landed in LA yesterday, and the time difference is like 8 hours. Margot has been an absolute champ, by the way. She has slept really, really well. Obviously it's harder for her because her body clock has just totally shifted. She's never experienced it before, and she doesn't know what's going on, but she's been an absolute hero. And on the flight, she was magic, to the point where we got off and all the people in our vicinity were like, we were dreading the flight when we saw you had a child, but she was wonderful. So that's great. Anyway, the jet lag's kicked in, so we're trying to stay on our feet. It's now 6 p.m. and our goal is to stay awake until about 8 p.m. if we can do that. As it happens, we've come to Mammoth Village, which is literally over the street from the hotel. And it's really, really nice. And of course, because the weather's beautiful still and like the sun's out, it's like really helping us sort of stay fresh. So you got the mountains literally just here. And then you've got like, it feels a bit like Bicester Village in the UK in that there's, oh hello! In that there's like sort of, stands, shops everywhere. Like there's a coffee shop just here. Unfortunately it's closed because I'd love coffee right now. Good morning. I know I'm in the parking lot and it's not like the sexiest place to start today, but look at my baby! Isn't she adorable? That's all. That's this clip. That's all it is. Look at the slopes. Oh my god. That's exciting. Today is not the day to get on my snowboard. Today we're going on a gondola ride, but looking at that, I cannot wait. Now Sarah you've skied once in your life before, right?
Well, ish. I'm kind of not really counting it properly because I was very young and I got stuck on a lesson and I was put in the wrong group and it was just me with the French instructor and a load of French people and I didn't like really speak very good French and I just fell over. I actually fell over halfway through the mountain, lost my group, and a man on like a snowmobile rescued me. I just remember this Welsh man and I was there crying like, I just want my mum.
Well, that's really dramatic. What, the instructor left you behind?
They lost me.
Wow, okay.
And then I got to the bottom and said to my mum, I'm never doing it again.
Well, it's fair to say then that Sarah is a novice. However, I'm competent, so I think Sarah's going to do a lesson and I'm going to just get up there at some point and have a couple of runs. One of these will be our ride. Margot fell asleep instantly. However, Sarah and I, loving life. Look at this view. It's really cool.
You pan around the other side while it's shooting the show car and I hope.
Yeah, look at that. It's really cool to watch all the skiers and snowboarders as well. I'm at the tippy top. The view is sensational. Like, this is what you travel for, isn't it? That's amazing. I actually can't wait to come back here in a few days' time with my board and just tear it up. Look at these guys! The fact that Margot has just slept through all of this is not filling me full of confidence for having like a little sort of ski or snowboard buddy as she gets a bit older. She's just out like a light. This is the 1153 summit in Chapman Centre. We've actually got some really fun information about something really great for kids. So you've got different types of drop here, you've got how mountains are formed. These are quite cool. They're like little sort of pointers that you look through and they point at specific mountains. Look who's decided to join us! What do you think of the view, kiddo? You've not seen it yet because you've been asleep. What do you think? Oh, you're trying to reach my camera. But look out here though, isn't that lovely? You're a little adventurer, aren't you? Welcome to our next stop. This is the Mammoth Lakes Toofer State Natural Reserve. And it is right up my street. We actually decided to stop here, run our way for lunch and thought it's really easily accessible, so we just sort of popped in and you basically just walk around for a mile and see some incredible sights. Look at this, you've got the mountains behind me over here and then here we have Mammoth Lake. Now, back in the Ice Age, by the way, I'm about to nerd out because you know that I love all things science, but also all things sort of like nature. So back in the Ice Age, we would have been under like ice and water right now. And as you can see, the lake level back there is now much lower. So during the Ice Age, these things called toofers, I'm going to say developed, but developed's the wrong word. They were made somehow. They're basically like lumps of calcium carbonate. Down there, you can see them all. They're really, really spectacular. So coming here, like, it's probably one of the only places on the planet where you can see this sort of thing. And I just think that's really cool. So we heard really good things about a bakery. Margot, can you hear her? She just goes, wah! Margot, give us a big roar. Say, wah!
Margot? Wah!
Now she's not doing it. Never work with children or animals. Anyway, so we stopped at this bakery called Shat's Bakery, which we've heard really good things about, and we may have got a touch carried away. Considering there's only 2 adults here and 1 infant who isn't really on like, well, she's on solids, but like we're talking fruit and veg, not baked goods for sure. We got really out of hand. So we've got here a donut with chocolate and coconut. We've got a, what flavour cookie, Sarah?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip cookie. We've got a blueberry muffin, and then this is a raspberry bear claw. I've never had a bear claw before. It is the size of my face, and it looks incredible. Good morning, Pickle. How are you? We have come to a place called the Warming Hut, and they have something I've never seen before, like a pancake station, where you can sort of like choose what you want. I haven't decided yet, but I know Sarah's going to go for buttermilk, and she's having chocolate chips and bacon inside. And then what's your topping?
I'm just going to have maple syrup.
Maple syrup on top. I can't decide. Margot, will you help me? Nope, she's going to fling her fox around. those pancakes were amazing. And also the staff were lovely. It was just a really nice experience. I forgot to film them, I think, but highly recommend that place. Anyway, we now have kind of like half a day to kill. We're going on a hike later, which I think is gonna be great. It's like a 3-mile sort of round trip. You know how I love like wilderness and like wildlife and everything, so very excited for that. But we've got half a day just sort of at leisure. So back in the village, just kind of having an explore, got an iced coffee. Because actually, although we're up really high, and although the temperature drops in the evening, it is beautiful today. We've got lots of sun cream on though, because it's, you know, when you're up high, you don't realise like how intense the sun is. What we're doing right now actually is buying Sarah some kit, because we've got a lot of luggage, because we're doing like a 2-week trip. We're doing a week here at Mammoth and then a week in LA, because I've got like meetings and stuff. We've kind of packed for like snow and also for like the sun in the city. So we've got a lot of luggage, but Sarah doesn't have any snow stuff. As we mentioned earlier in the video, she's only ever been skiing once, and that was when she was younger. And so we've just gone shopping. Because she hasn't skied for so long, she's not sure if she's going to like it or not. So we didn't want to spend like loads of money. Like, I've got lots of snowboarding kit because I try to go every year, and so I've collected it over time, and I know I love it, so I know it's worth the investment. But for her, she wasn't sure. So we've kind of gone like very middle of the road in terms of price and in terms of like longevity and all that stuff, so that she can hit the slopes tomorrow. I really hope she loves it tomorrow, because this genuinely has been one of my favorite trips of all time. Like, it's beautiful here. You've got like loads of adventure stuff like the hike we're going on later, but also like snowboarding, skiing. It's not a massive drive. I feel like next time I come to LA, I could do this again very easily. So I hope Sarah likes it, and we can we can do it some more. So we've just been on a 3-mile hike, and actually at the altitude, although it's actually a fairly easy hike, and when you're carrying a child, I can certainly feel like I've done a bit of exercise, which is great. And we've ended up at Convict Lake, which is behind me, and absolutely amazing. I've had Margot in the harness the whole time. I've just got her out so we can have a little bit of sort of free time and a proper cuddle. It is well worth the hike. In fact, I love hiking anyway, but you know, well worth it. Look at that. Spectacular.
This is honestly like the most beautiful, some of the most beautiful scenery I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It is. Like, I'm having a great time. Yeah,
like I didn't really know what to expect when we came, and this is just like, it's breathtaking.
Yeah. You like it? Big day today, Marge. We've got the future of all Chapman family snowboard skiing trips on the line. Because Mum's behind the light. Mum is having her first time on the slopes in what, how many years? 20 years?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not even counting my first one.
If she loves it, we get to do it again. And you love it because you love adventure. Sarah's back from her lesson. How was it, Sarah?
It was the loveliest hour. I had such a nice time. I wish I didn't have a child so I could just go for the rest of the day.
She texted me about 20 minutes in going, "I'm not rubbish, I'm really enjoying it." Go on, Sarah, look at you go. So impressed. Honestly, that is incredible. Okay, so I'm going solo for a bit because I've got the rest of the day to kill now. Sarah's taken Margot back to the hotel. I have to say I'm so impressed with how well she did. But this is like the best snowboarding I've ever experienced. I've only ever done it in Europe before, and in my experience in Europe, the path, the tracks are like fairly narrow, and you have to sort of weave in and out of things. This is just so wide open, super relaxed, and also the runs are long. The last run I did was like 7 or 8 minutes of just straight boarding because it's a really big long mountain. I'm having the best time, just solo riding my board, not a care in the world. Things are really great today. Good morning, everybody. It's our final day, in fact our final morning. We're heading back on the road kind of like at midday-ish. Our last activity is a bit of tubing which should be really fun. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's like a tube course. Basically you get on the snow, you sit in a tube and you just rock it down the hill. We're going up the tube. We're being dragged by this wire here. I love it already. Like, it's just really relaxing and fun. Sarah, you okay back there? Having a good time? Oh my god, it's good!
Way faster than I thought!
I love it! Whoa, whoa! Okay. That was intense!
No, I thought. I'm so glad I didn't. I asked on the way up if Margot could come on my lap.
What a trip. Honestly, this has been one that I will not forget. It's been absolutely incredible and I would love to come back. I'm so chuffed that Sarah likes skiing. I can't wait for Margot to maybe be like a couple of years older to get her on the slopes too. But even so, all the stuff we've done, or most of the stuff we've done, have been like really child friendly. It's been no problem like having her around. I've just had the best time, like honestly, I'm really sad to be leaving. Huge thank you to Mammoth for having us. Because I didn't even know about this place until they got in touch, and it is just like, I think it might be my new happy place actually. I just love it here. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.